Well, I think that this is a great opportunity for us to bring up a fantastic artist who has been left somehow in the margins of history. But this is one of the things that we love to do here in the DMA. Try to bring to the forefront fantastic artists that for different reasons have not been put forefront. And but this also is a very good way to connect with communities, with all our diverse communities. And I think that Abraham Ángel, it's very much homecoming for an artist that has been previously exhibited 3 times, is the third time, 2 times in Dallas, okay. And always having a fantastic welcoming by our audiences who love his works. But this is the first time we have an opportunity to present a full retrospective, and it's actually the first time it ever happens anywhere. Not even in Mexico has this happened in ever. So this is something that makes us very proud.
Wonderful. This is why I keep my phone on. All right. Why is it important for the DMA to host, particularly this free day for the community?
Well, we're a free institution. We offer our collections for our visitors, for our communities all year round for free. But there's always the barrier when it comes to special exhibits that have to have a ticketed admission. So we are always very appreciative of providing this opportunity thanks to the support of individuals or sponsors in our community that give access to everyone. And as you can see, we're having a fantastic turnout. It's very early on a Sunday, and looking at all these people learning about an artist who had a very difficult life and actually extremely short. And I think that that's also what is important about these kind of exhibitions, because we're providing the opportunity to talk about difficult subjects, and addressing those topics in through art and giving a space for our constituents to reflect about, in this case, for example, what was it like to be a young gay man coming out in a very macho country and a moment so difficult like the post-revolution in Mexico City, and how that talent could have flourished extraordinarily, as we can see here on what is the production that only happened in a very short period of 2 years, because unfortunately Abraham Angel's life came to an end unexpectedly and very early as he was starting to find his place in society.
Yeah, there's so many things to touch on there. So first of all, we talk about how short his career was. There were only 24 paintings, correct? And was it 4 of them that have been lost forever?
Yes, actually when Abraham Ángel dies, his partner and his love partner made an exhibit of his work. And it's interesting that he, in a way of mourning the artist that he loved and somehow pushed, and he put all the paintings that were left at the time and made an exhibition. And we know about the 24 works because they were all reproduced in the catalog. 4 of them are lost. We never seen them again. And this is the first time that we had gathered 19 of them. There's only 1 drawing that we could not bring, but we have everything that is in private collections, and mostly it has been preserved in museums in Mexico and even in the United States. There's 1 piece that comes from Dartmouth College.
Interesting. So something else I want to touch on, we talk about mental health a little bit and the untimely loss of Abraham Ángel. Can you talk a little bit about the screenings that you're doing today? You're doing free mental screenings as well?
Yes, we're doing also, we'll have in the auditorium conference where mental health and specifically suicide, the myth of suicide will be addressed. And I think that this is very important. We see in Dallas that one of the highest percentage of teens suicide occurs in among the queer community and among Latinos. And I think that this is an opportunity for us to address this difficult subject and provide a space where you can have some sort of connection, therapy through art making, but also providing information. So there are resources, so you can look and see, if you feel down, depressed, alone, where can you go to? What resources do you have available? And I think that it's a significant contribution that we can make just talking about the subject, not running away from it. Because we know that Abraham Ángel, through oral history, we know that he committed suicide, though the records officially don't say that. But and it was very tragic because, as I said, the exhibit runs presenting his successful career and all the things that he brought to art making, and in a moment of transition after the revolution in Mexico. But it's also paralleling his life with his mentors, circle, and his lover, and how that life of someone so young, getting into being in the moment where he had to find his place in society, but also find his full identity as a gay male artist. That was very troubling and very hard. And relationships don't always evolve in the way that we want them, and the likely falling apart of his relation also pushed him into this extreme situation of suicide. And as a gay male myself, who came out in a very difficult moment 100 years ago in Mexico City, now in the same place, very conservative place, and very religious. I cannot even imagine what was for a teen like him and a fragile but bright spirit, having to deal with all that at a moment, and how sadly that ended up in ending his life.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay, we've touched a little bit on mental health, the fabulous work that Abraham did. What do you want the visitors to take away from coming in today and seeing this exhibit? It's Hispanic Heritage Month, and as you mentioned, he was a young gay man, so there's a lot to the story. So what do you want the Dallas community, the Mexican community here, and the LGBT community to take away?
Well, first of all, what I would like to have them is taking away that Abraham Ángel was an extraordinary artist. That's the first thing. We're an art museum, and we work through art to deliver different messages. And that would be the first thing, because it's, I think that if we just try to reduce him to a young queer man struggling at a difficult time, we're forgetting that what he was trying to achieve was to find himself as a great artist who was actually gay. So I think that bringing that up to the forefront, it's really important, because that's what he was pursuing, to be recognized as an artist. So we want to recognize him as an artist. And I would invite everyone to come and see how extraordinary his paintings are. He tells a narrative of Mexico at a moment of transition, coming from being a rural country and mining country into trying to become a modern, thriving nation that wanted to go into industrialization, and he's capturing those changes in society, but at the same time he's capturing those through the figures of the people that were close to him, his family, his friends, his lover, his mentors, and And I will invite people to take a look at something very special. Always look at his eyes, at the eyes of the character. Each one of them can tell you that there's something inside of that people that was represented, that was trying to tell what was happening in that head. And that is so surprising how someone so young could capture the psychology and the spirit of everyone that posed for him. I think he is just a magnificent artist. So takeaways: art can transform lives. Art can give you the strength to find a place in the world, but also that you are not alone, and that even though things are difficult, you can always have to fight and find a way to find your place in society and go to others and ask for help when needed.
Well, I think you said that all so beautifully. That was the easiest interview ever. You just like, okay. Is there anything that you didn't say that you'd like to say in wrap?
Well, I want to say thank you, because it's through you that we have a presence with our constituents. And I think that it is important, particularly for our queer community, to know that the Dallas Museum of Art is a space for them. And I just want to say, a lot of people now celebrate the idea that we have gay pride and that we have our fantastic block party. When I came here 7 years ago, I asked the first year in, it's like, what are we doing for Pride? And I was heard nothing. I said, how come? And it was, well, we've never done anything. Let's say, well, we're changing that. And that's a way that we are trying to show people that we're welcoming and open for everyone to find their place and know that they can find their journey, and that this is a place where wonder and discovery, where art comes alive. So come, please. We're waiting for you.
Perfect. That's a wrap.